It was supposed to be a night of celebration, a family gathering that promised laughter and pride. But the moment she walked into the ballroom, something shifted. The whispers began, the stares lingered, and the man who should have welcomed her, her father-in-law, delivered the cruelest blow. With a smug grin, he reduced her presence to nothing more than an inconvenience, calling her just a guest. What no one expected was how quickly the night would turn. And when security stepped forward, the truth shattered every lie. Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Her name was Maya, a young black woman who had built her career with relentless determination. She wasn't just successful, she was respected in her field, a leader who had earned her way through barriers most people never saw. She had recently married into a wealthy family, and tonight was her first time attending their grand annual party. The hall glowed with crystal chandeliers, servers floated with trays, and guests spoke in polished tones about business, politics, and power. Maya dressed elegantly, carrying herself with quiet confidence, but she couldn't ignore the subtle tension in the air. Her husband held her hand tightly, but his family's eyes spoke volumes. They saw her as an outsider, someone unworthy of the privilege surrounding them. She had faced prejudice before, but nothing prepared her for the sharp humiliation waiting in the very place that was supposed to be home. At first it was subtle, the raised brows, the forced smiles, the way some guests shifted away as if her presence made them uncomfortable. She moved gracefully through the crowd, introducing herself, answering polite but probing questions about her background. It wasn't curiosity, it was inspection, a quiet weighing of whether she belonged. Still, she remained poised, determined not to give anyone the satisfaction of seeing her rattled. But then, as the evening grew louder, her father-in-law, a man of high social standing, decided to make his disdain public. Standing before a group of well-dressed guests, his voice carried over the music. "Don't mind her," he smirked, gesturing toward Maya. "She's just a guest here." Laughter rippled through the circle, and eyes fell on her with mocking curiosity. Maya froze, her chest tightening. The words cut deeper than she expected, stripping her of dignity in front of strangers. Her husband's grip on her hand faltered, unsure whether to confront or retreat. The music continued. Glasses clinked, but Maya felt as if the entire room had paused to witness her belittlement. Whispers followed her as she tried to steady her breathing, the humiliation gnawing at her composure. What no one realized, though, was that her quiet strength came with a hidden truth. A truth that would not only silence the mockery but force everyone in that room to rethink who they were laughing at. And when the moment arrived, the tables would turn with shocking force. As Maya stepped aside, security staff entered the ballroom to begin their routine. The chief officer scanned the crowd before stopping abruptly, his eyes locking on her. Without hesitation, he marched past the wealthy guests, past her father-in-law, and stood tall before Maya. Then, in a gesture that silenced the entire hall, he saluted her. One by one, the other guards followed, standing at attention, their respect undeniable. Murmurs spread across the room. Why were they saluting her? Her father-in-law's smirk vanished, replaced by confusion. And then the truth surfaced. Maya wasn't just a guest. She was a decorated federal judge overseeing cases of national importance. The very men hired to protect the event were honoring her rank, her service, and her authority. In that moment, her dignity returned tenfold. The room that had once mocked her now stood in stunned silence. The same guests who whispered behind her back lowered their eyes, ashamed of their laughter. Her father-in-law, once bold, now shrank under the weight of his humiliation. Maya didn't need to speak. The salute had said it all. She was more than worthy, more than capable, Her presence commanded respect far beyond the glittering chandeliers of that ballroom. For her, the moment wasn't just a personal victory, it was proof that no prejudice, no careless insult could erase years of hard work and achievement. But the question lingers. Why must dignity be proven before it's recognized? How many more must endure humiliation before respect becomes automatic? Where are you watching from? Your city? Your country? Share your thoughts below. Take care.